Wow. So here we are in the park again. We should be having 6 people, but we're waiting for one person to turn up. Right. With that, let's plug the microphone in that worked oh so well last week. You did?
I didn't bother.
No. You knew what happened.
That's true, yeah.
It spoiled the surprise.
Like I said, I'm not quite sure how much interest there is in someone walking extremely slowly in the park.
So you thought you'd add a little bit of interest.
On that, I just thought I'll be asked to watch it.
Right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I over-explain everything because it's being put out live, but that's quite good because then you'll get an idea what we're going to be doing. Hillary's meant to be coming. She's made it before. She got lost, but this time she knows where she's got. All right.
Likely.
Well, she knows where we are. She's done it before. Okay, so standard warm-up. So, for those of you who don't know, this is our pool. It's slightly offset. It's uphill, downhill. It just makes everything just a little bit more interesting. So, standard warm-up. There's 5 of us that works quite well. Laura will start walking so I can explain what's going on. So, Laura's walking, just nice and chill, breathing as much as she likes. Once we get to the end, at the end of the pool, 3 candle blows, hold your breath. It's just a warm up. What we're doing is usually it'll be swimming, could be right. Then we just speed it up. When you get back, do 3 recovery breaths, and you should get control of your breath back after another 2 breaths. Next, go. Gentle. Here it. Quick, more. The log. It's the safety system for the pool. I don't know why we do it here because that's the way we do it.
Start to look at the apex.
Hello.
Now me.
So we do a standard warm up. Walking that way, breathing fully. So Roz, when not Roz, when Roz gets to the end, you start walking. 3 candle blows.
I'll go again.
No, walking that way, holding your breath, breathing as much as you like. I suppose, just for good measure, I'll shadow Laura now. There's 5 people. So if there's 6 people, that's too many people. My timing will be led by Laura. It doesn't matter how fast you go, you don't have to match each other, it's just she goes, and then she goes.
Of course. He's on it. Stepping it up.
Now, start to make my ear harder. Think about it. Okay, I've got the right ear now. Looking at the apex now. Cutting in. And accelerate now. Okay?
Just a little bit on the walk up the hill, get our heart rate up a little bit. Question is, how did you find that out? Cool. Here it pressing that I knew who it was? Ah, that's because the mic's not plugged in. Let me plug the mic in. Oh, it might be much better. Oh. Can you give her a buzz and see if it's okay? Obviously, you'll have to ask her on the way back, on the way up, and get the answer on the way back. Okay, so we're just speeding up the walk on the way there. Okay, try and get your heart rate up a little bit. But you always walk back. The swim underwater is always at your rhythm of swimming or walking, as the case may be. So, yep, away you go. A little bit quicker. Do, do, do. Sorry about that. The mic wasn't plugged in, and now it is. So now you can hear me, apparently. So I was saying about the number of people. So I'm just shadowing Laura because there's not enough people to make two groups. So we're just jogging a bit, get our heart rates up. One recovery, 2, 3, and I've already got control back. So actually, that's not very good warm up for me. I want to push myself to the point where it takes 2 breaths after my recovery breaths to get my breath back, and that's kind of okay. One more really, one more. Nice sprint. And then 1 breath, 2 breath. Yeah, go for it. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Come on. Doosh, doosh, doosh. Fantastic. Okay. So that's a warm up, and you should have 3 recovery breaths and then about 2 breaths to get your control back. And it's all about getting control back of your breathing. And as a warm up, you don't want to be knackered because it's only a warm up, you know you've got the rest of the session to go. Okay. So 3 recovery breaths, and then just check, make sure you're getting your control back. Another couple of breaths. That's about right. Don't forget, everything we do is all about awareness. So if you judge it wrong and you don't get your breath back after a couple of breaths, that's absolutely fine. You just know you've got gone too hard. Okay, but if you get your breath back, you'll get control back straight away. Then you haven't maybe gone hard enough. Okay, so you're always judging yourself and feeding that information back. Okay, so next up we're going to do pyramids. Okay, so you pick a number, something like 8, okay, 8's a good number to start with, and you'll walk at pace. We want to keep the heart rate a little bit higher, so we're walking at pace, single length, and we'll do 8 breaths. That includes the candle blows, okay? Then we hold our breath and then we come back, and we do 7, including candle blows, and then 6, 7, 8, and then we finish, okay? So it's 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, or if you want to pick 5, you'll be doing 5, 4, 3, which is just your candle blows, 4, 5. Okay, that makes sense? So pick your number.
No,
Yes.
entirely clear on
Yep.
like what the number Is that how many?
How many breaths you got? So if you pick 5, you're holding your breath. You get to the other end. Only got 5 breaths, 3 of which are candle blows. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're doing like 3 of them.
So you'll do yeah. So well,
We'll end up back here.
you'll end up back here. Yeah. So pick your number. 8's. I don't know. Actually, walking. 8's probably quite easy. 5 is probably about a little bit hard, and 3 will be. 3 would mean you do 3 breaths, 2 breaths, 1 breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths. So you don't even get your candle blows. Okay. Now, usually we have a safety diver to count your numbers and whatever, but we don't need a safety diver because we're in a park. Okay. So we can all do it together. Bonus points for kicking the ball. Okay. So the key to this is getting your control back. So you get to the end and whatever your number is, okay, you've got to go in whatever 5 breaths. So you've got to kind of really get your control back, and then the candle blows. So you've got 2 breaths to get your control back. Okay, so it's our pace, it's not slow, and when you're ready, so just, One, 2. Okay, so the joy of these exercises is it's only me who knows what I'm doing, so nobody else minds whether I cheat or whether I make it harder. And actually that's quite easy. So on the next rotation of this, I'm going to make it quite a lot harder. But this is the first time it's been done, so we wouldn't know. How was it, Ian?
I think I went too many breaths starting off.
Yeah.
But then I got to 3, so I wasn't sure whether I was supposed to do 3 candle blows or 2.
Yeah. Okay, so I found that quite easy. Don't know about you guys. So I'm going to just double it up. So I did 5 to start with, and it was quite easy. So I'm going to do 2 lengths. I'm going to be doing 5 breaths, but I'm going to be doing doubles, 5, double, 4, double, 3. And the same again. So it's up to you. Like all these exercises, you choose what you want to do. Okay, so if you want to make it harder, make it harder. If you want to make it easier, make it easier. I couldn't make it much harder on a single walk, otherwise it would just be a walk and then 1 breath, walk and 1 breath. So I thought I'd double it and make it a little bit harder. But it's entirely up to you what you do. So you've got like 30 seconds or so to get yourself focused. Remember, you walk at pace, but it's not slow.
15 seconds.
And at the ends, take as long as you need
10,
to have those breaths.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Empty's always possible.
That's not the one, by the way. Yeah, I think well, you go like down that ramp.
Have you finished? Haven't you got another one to do? We've got another one to do, haven't we?
I've had loads now.
You've done loads now.
Yeah, half of it is always possible.
Yeah, making things harder is always simple. Okay, so if it's still easy, make it harder. If it's hard, then make it easier. And if it's about right, keep it the same. So I failed. I'm going to do a bit more. Do a bit more breathing in between. And going in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. counts. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So start getting your numbers, start understanding what it means. Different from the pool. That's different from the pool. Right, okay, so there's 6 of us. This means we can do perfect torpedo doubles, except we don't have a torpedo. So as always in the park, it's frisbee doubles. Okay, so this time definitely we can have 2 people at the other end. So if you want to go Darren, and I'll explain. Okay, so torpedo doubles, how many people are swimming at once? Torpedo doubles.
2 people.
How many lengths do each person do? There you go. Torpedo doubles, 2 lengths, 2 people. Okay, so all that happens is, so you 2 can go first. You're just walking up there, holding your breath obviously. One of you will stay the other end just to get the cycle working. After that, you always do 2 lengths. Now you don't have to do them as a double. If you want to do them as double, you just tell the boys that you're going to do a double, and then they won't expect you to breathe at the end. It's not so difficult here, but in the pool, obviously, you have to know whether they're going to turn, else you mistime it. Here it's a bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to suggest Laura, you stay at the other end, so you go straight in there with 2 lengths. Whether you do them as a double, whether you do them as 2 single, it's entirely up to you. You're going to do them as double or?
I'll try double.
Okay, so you tell the boys you're doing a double. Ta-da! Yep.
I didn't see any.
That's right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter because we're not in the pool.
Which one of them is coming?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, they'll just decide one of them, and you just stay there. I'll explain it when they're walking. Okay. Okay. So in your own time. So it's Laura's second length because she's in. Imagine she's already done one. So because it's her second length, she blows the candles and you follow. Yeah.
I'm not great at frisbee.
Yeah, that's good. That's the whole point of the exercise is you know whether you can do a double just walking, but we're adding a variable which is not out of your control. She might not be able to throw it very well. She might be very good at throwing it. She might throw it a lot. She might throw it a little. And you don't know that. And that will change how you do your breath holds. So the whole point of these exercises are we kind of mess around with your perfect breath holds. That's it. You're out of here. Okay, so Ross, what's your question?
If I just do one.
Yep, do one. That's fine.
Is it alright to take a second?
Yeah, no. If you're doing singles, it doesn't. It's only if you're doing a double, and it only really matters in the pool because obviously in the pool you're underwater, and the person has to know you're not going to come up. But here they can just look at you, and if you don't breathe, then they can just join in. But we trying to keep it a little bit pool realistic. I don't know. So yeah, so literally, so whoever comes back. So you're going back with Ian, so literally he'll get here, he'll either blow the candles or breathe or won't. If he doesn't, just blow the candles and join in. He's doing a double, he's told us he's not going to come up. When I say come up, you know. And blow the candles, Ros. And away you go. Whoop. Nice. Yeah, so the whole point is that we're messing with your,
Yeah.
if you just know you can do 2, that's fine. That's pure, it's easy. But we're throwing in variables that you have no control over. And they're variables that don't matter. Drop the frisbee, who cares? And variables that you don't have control of. Ha, she didn't take a breath, she didn't.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so now I'm taking over from Ross.
you're-
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, so when you get to the other end, you're in control. He won't leave until you go because you're on your second length. Yeah, I don't know why I did that because it is a length. It's just not swimming. So yeah, when you get the other end, you breathe, take as long as you need to get yourself ready. And then when you blow the candles, you kind of join him. He'll join in. Okay? The other thing is really try when you've thrown the frisbee. Try and then close your eyes and soften and relax just for a couple of paces before you do it again. Yeah. The whole point is when you're in the water, we're trying to learn to sleep and be awake. So when we're swimming to the reef, we're asleep. When we get to the reef, we wake up, do what we got to do, and then sleep. So it's that week. So we can use that here. Yeah. Okay, so I was just saying to Ros, and you may have overheard, try and get that awake sleep thing going. No, you wouldn't have heard.
I was. It goes a lot quicker in here.
Yeah.
Like,
well, take your time. So when you catch it, relax. Just take a couple of paces. You can walk 4 paces, and that's the very. Don't forget, you're messing with their length as much as they're messing with your length. So if you want to take 4 paces and sleep, then take 4 paces. There's nothing. That's it. They've got to react to that. Yeah, some people have it the other way. So, but yes, think yourself lucky that because you want to hold your breath underwater. So you want to take joy in the fact it's hard here, because then when you get in the sea, you'll go, at least. As I have known people who hold their breath really well on land, and it's really tough in water, and you feel sorry for them because it's the kind of yeah. And just kind of pull back what you're trying to do. Doesn't matter. There's no competition except your awareness of yourself. So if you don't make the length, then nobody cares. Nobody cares. He's going for the double, obviously. Now it's super interesting that even though a double would be reasonably easy, when Laura dropped it, oh my God, I could never make it. And it's only adding 2 seconds on because you're in that pattern. And the same thing happens when diving. If you get used to just doing a very straight pattern and one thing changes, the whole thing falls apart. So we're practicing your ability to have capacity to kind of go, oh, that's all right, that's cool. She's dropped it, it's fine. I can cope. Oh, this is me. Yeah, it's the last one. So. Nice. Okay, so for all you folks out in YouTube land, thank you very much for the session. We're going to carry on. We're going to do one more exercise before our last length, but you're not going to get to watch it. This is our secret exercise. so you're not going to see it. But do join us on Friday for the films. I don't quite know what I'm going to do because we're going to be in Cornwall. I'll do something interesting, and Q&A on Monday. So thank you very much. Or come down next. No, you can't come down next Wednesday because we're doing this in Cornwall.
Wait, you could always watch us setting up on Friday.
Yeah, I'm not sure that. Maybe I'll do a fast film of us setting up, and then you can watch us and just be jealous. But whatever. See you next week. Thank you very much. Bye.